Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Paula Fern from Manchester in the UK. I hope you are very well. Joining us here today to go through our travel workshop, which is going to give you the exact blueprint as to how you can start a business in travel online. And we're going to be going through lots of different things. So, just to give you a bit of background about myself, I'm a single mum of four. And I found this travel system about 4 years ago, and it's completely changed my life. In total, I've saved around £11,000 that stayed in my bank on travel and all the different things that I've done through this travel system. And what I found is I'm a big advocate for mental health, and I raise a lot of awareness around mental health because of my own mental health journey. And I've found that travel is something that really helps us with our mental health. And what's happened for me is it's been an outlet for me, especially after lockdown and when we weren't able to travel. After that time was over, when we could get out, that's all we wanted to do. And studies actually show that when you're looking forward to a trip and you're going on a trip, um, you actually release endorphins that make you happy. So if you're planning lots of different trips, imagine how happy you're going to feel. So we make it affordable for you to be able to do that, and we make it fun for you to do that. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can book affordable trips, but also help other people do the same thing. And I think that's something that everybody needs right now. So I'm going to share my screen, but it's a very, very big welcome to you. And if you've got any questions whilst you're viewing this information, please go back to the person that shared it with you. And I will be happy to help answer any questions you might have. So I'm just going to sort my screen out so you can see everything. And I'll be right back with you in a moment. There's a bit of a delay when it comes to Zoom and sharing things on screen, so please bear with me. We're going to look at quite a few different things tonight, and I think you're going to be really impressed with what you see. So I'm just going to share my slide so that you can see exactly what we're covering. And there it is. And this is technology for you, isn't it? Won't be a second. So this workshop has actually come about. You may have seen our boot camp. So we do a 4-week boot camp. And what that boot camp does is goes through very gently and very clearly, it goes through the different ways. Well, it goes through why travel is the perfect platform for you to be able to earn an additional income. And it also goes through details as to how you can earn an additional income through travel. It also tells you all about why you would want to and the opportunities financially that are available to you using the travel system that we have. Now, we always say, don't tell your travel agent. And the reason that we say that is because your travel agent will not be able to beat the prices we have. So if you can think of anyone that you know that likes to travel, if they were able to get prices that are better than their travel agent, would you like to help them with that? I think 9 times out of 10, the answer will be yes, definitely. So today we're going to be learning about the kind of discounts that we have. So we've got the 70 to 95% discounted global travel. I'm going to do some real-time comparisons if technology allows. If it doesn't, what I will do is at the end of our session tonight, I will actually add some information about the comparison. So look out for that. If technology allows, I will do some real-time comparisons. I'll also be going through how to navigate our system. So the travel system that we have is really easy to use. And it's funny because when I was preparing for this, I was looking at information about what puts people off booking online. And one of those things is actually having a system that's really hard to navigate. Ours is really simple to use. You're going to see how that works in a few minutes. We're going to look at some real-time booking. So if you were to book using our travel system, how does that look? What will it look like? How will you do that? We're going to look at the free travel that we have available through our system. And yes, that you did read that right. It's free. You can get free travel with us. We're going to look at how you can refer people to this travel system and how that's also going to help get your membership for free. We're going to talk about the memberships because this is the Netflix of travel. We compare ourselves to the Netflix of travel because you pay a monthly fee that's affordable for every single pocket. But when you pay that fee, the amount is doubled by the company and turned into points. That's how we buy down the majority of our trips, but you're going to look at all the different options that you have available. We're going to look at cheap flight hacks. As you may know, the flight industry is not that good at giving us discounts, but there are ways of getting round that so that you can get discounted flights as well. And with our system, the way it works, you will also learn how you can get free flights. We'll also talk about how you can get started once you've watched this as well. So do look out for that. So if you've got a pen and paper handy, even if you've not, don't worry. But I'm looking at certain things when I was putting all these slides together and looking at what people require and what they would put in order when they're looking at how they book travel. And because there's so much information out there, if you ever want to learn more about this, just Google what travel behaviours are and what people are looking for. And these are the kind of top 6 that came up for people. But I'm wondering if you're able to put these in order. So we've got transparency, location, airline, price, facilities, the star rating and the reviews. Do you think you can put them in order? If you've got a pen and paper, I'm going to just give you a second to do that. What's most important for people? What is the very top of the list for people? And then what's next? What's the least important thing? What do you think it is? Now, first, I'd like to say whatever order you've put them in is spot on for you because everybody is different and you will be going off some of those opinions that you hold yourself. And it's absolutely fine whatever order you've put them in. But when we've looked at statistics overall for a huge number of people, of course, the first thing that they want is location, because who doesn't want to be in a beautiful location? They want to choose where they want to go. So location is always going to be first. If we want to visit a particular place in the world, then yes, it's the first thing that we're going to go off. Then, though, according to a recent study by the Expedia Group, the price is the next priority and the most important thing that people consider once they've decided where they're going. But listen to this, the star rating and the reviews of the hotel follow very, very closely to the price. Because even those that are on a tight budget, if they see a review of somewhere that's better than where they're considering, they will always go for the one that's got the better review. Even if they're on a tight budget, they'll pay a little bit extra. The next most important thing is the facilities, the things like Wi-Fi. Remember, we have a lot of business travellers around us. They want Wi-Fi in their rooms. If they've got on-site spa facilities, pool facilities, creche for children. And then number 5, the transparency of when you're actually booking that trip. So as any of you on here I know have booked travel before, you might find when you've got to the end of a travel booking, the price you've initially gone for because it looked fantastic, there's hidden costs that are added at the end. So transparency is really important for the majority of people that are booking travel so that they know exactly where they're up to. And last on the list is the airline, but it's still really important for everyone who was in this particular poll as to what reputation the airline has got, but it is the least of the list that's considered. So it's quite interesting. But how does knowing this help you start a travel business? And I'll be honest, it doesn't matter if you know this information or not. If you love to travel and you want to earn from it, you can and will with the way that we do things. And I've gone forward a little bit too fast there. It helps to get ahead of the game. And I mentioned in the workshop title and in the information that I've shared in the workshop, why not hit the ground running? If you've got all this information at your disposal, you know exactly who you want to speak to about where they want to go and the savings they want to make. The second most important thing, once you decided where you want to go, is how much you want to spend. So it helps to be ahead of the game and to know the things that we're talking about here as well. And another thing you probably didn't know was that all of the online search engines you've probably used from time to time, and you can probably see on this list, they're actually owned by just 2 companies. Now, when I've done research on this and when I chat with people about this, they don't know this. And it's absolutely mind-blowing to understand that when you're actually going online and you're looking at a certain price, you're going on Expedia and you're finding a price for a trip. Then you check it out on Trivago and it's a bit cheaper on Trivago, which is great. And you think you're getting a great deal. But you know what? They're all owned. Both of them are owned by Expedia Group. So are you getting the best deal? Are they being transparent in the prices that they're showing us? You might find something on Kayak and then compare it with booking.com. Booking.com might be better. They're all owned by the same company, Booking Holdings. So are you getting the best deal? Are they being open and honest with the prices that they've actually got? Now, I can hold my hand on my heart and tell you they are not being open and honest, because being part of this travel club and the way we do things, we know for sure that there are huge disparities between what the flat rate price for a trip is and everything else that's added on top. Now, remember as well, these 2 companies, Expedia Group and Booking Holdings, they are both big corporate companies. They've got a lot of overheads to cover. So what they will do is put the cost of those overheads to us, the consumer. Now, us as a company, we don't need to do that. So we're looking at the flat rates that these companies get without having to add anything on. And when you realize that there's only 2 companies that run the show, other than independents like us, it really opened your eyes to the fact that they might not be being quite as honest and open as they could be. So shall we take a look at what all the fuss is about? What I will want to try and do here is actually do a real-time comparison and just show you round our what we call our back office. So I'm going to go through some of the details that we've got. I'm going to stop sharing at the moment and come back in the room. Hi. And what I'm going to do is just log into one of our memberships. If it allows me to, come on, be nice. I'm going to log into one of our memberships and I'm going to actually show you what it's like to do a comparison live while we're on this Zoom. And I'm going to compare it in booking.com. So I'm going to I've stopped sharing my screen purely because the system goes even slower if it's left there, and it won't necessarily show on there. So what I'm going to do is come back to you in the Zoom. I'm going to share my screen. And then we're going to go back to, so this is what, so when you have a membership with us, when you use our travel system, this is what it would look like when you log in, okay? And what you'll see down the left-hand side here are all the different options you can choose from, whether that's business information towards the middle and the bottom, or whether that's actually the services that you want to consider using. So if we first look at membership services, what we've got in there is a travel site. Now that travel site is a search engine that's exactly like those that I've just shown you on that other slide that are Those ones, though, are owned by just 2 companies. And this travel sign is owned by us. It's exclusive to our club and it's built in the exact same way as the others are. However, what we have is a program that runs that gives you the net rate. So what it does, it actually gives you the rate minus any commission. So the flat rate that all of those other companies are getting, it brings back that price, and that is the price that you pay as well. So that's the travel site. What I'll do is I'll go into the travel site and I'll do a quick comparison. I'm hoping it doesn't lag too much so that you can actually see what we're looking at. So, and this is our search engine, and you can use this anytime. Soon as you have your membership available, you can use this immediately. And what this area of our membership will do is allow you to book that commission-free travel, and it will reward you with points every single time that you do. For every pound or dollar you spend, you get a reward. What you can then do with those rewards is redeem them at any time. Now, I know from looking at other companies that have reward systems, there are usually really tight terms and conditions that apply when it comes to redeeming rewards. We don't have any of that. The terms and conditions are, if you've booked travel and you've got a reward, you can redeem it whenever you want to. You can save it up, you can use it on your next trip. There is no waiting around, which I find really refreshing. When you look in this area as well, membership site, we've got hotels, as you can see there. We've got flights, which are not necessarily discounted, although when I'm going to look at flights a little later in the workshop, just to show you a bit more as to how that works. But they're not always discounted, but sometimes that we have a better rate than others. You've got car hire, cruises and activities. So there's lots of different things that you can choose from that you're going to get discounts with. So I'm going to do a really quick check in for a hotel in my home city. And what we'll do to make it as easy as possible is we'll check in next Saturday and we'll check out on the Sunday. So a 1-night stay for 2 adults. What you can do is add children there. Really simple to do. You just press the plus. You can see how simple and easy this search engine is. Do a search and we'll bring a hotel up. And what I'll also do in the meantime is do the same thing in booking.com. Let's see what this brings back. Manchester. Go away. And we've got this Saturday until Sunday, 2 adults. And we will search. So it's brought back 231 places to spend your time in Manchester. And what you can see there is some of the discounts that we have available on our search engine. So you can see that what it will automatically do is put it in the order of the best discount available. And you can see on the red banner there how much that discount is going to be in a percentage. So you can see Key Apartments there. You save 24% on the flat rate there. So it should be £924 for a night in Manchester. Wow. And it's actually coming back through us at £703. You're saving £221. So although the percentage is 24%, it's not huge. I've seen bigger discounts than that before now, and I will look at a different area as well in a moment. But you're still saving £221, which is incredible. Let's see what booking.com has brought up. Looking for the same hotel. That's £895 for the same apartment that ours is coming back with a discount on. See that there? Key Apartments, very same night, very same property, but it's still more on booking.com. And that's, yeah, so it's a whole apartment with 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 bathroom. You can see all the information. Just bear with me. So you're making a saving already on that. So you can see there, 703 with us, 895. So you're making some decent savings already, and you're not even getting started yet with this. This is incredible. And then what you can then do, I'd said I'd show you some live bookings. I might use this as an example to do a live booking. If we were to go, so you can click on booking.com, see availability. We have the very same thing available. Just bear with me a second. So what you can then do through our system, you're saving 24%. You're actually saving more than 24%, because if we look at how much it was on the other one, you know, we're saving more than that. You can then select your room, and it gives you more information about it. It gives you photos, tells you exactly what's available, gives you a map and the location of where it is. And you can see there, it's actually £698.90. And I mentioned about the reward points. You earn 756 reward points as well. All you need to do is literally click on book now. And what that then does is it shows you all the information that you need, and that's personal information there that I'm not going to go through, but it shows you all the information you need. It's grayed out to make sure that it's you, be it you as the membership holder is the original booker. You're booking it, so it grays that out. You are the one that's traveling, and then you're ready to book in and go on that trip, which is fantastic. But you're saving a huge amount of money already, and that's just one live example. If I get a chance, I'll go back and do more later. But if we have a look now then at what else is available, so I'm going to look at the flights, although I'll be coming back to the flights very shortly. The ease of how to use this system is incredible, because it's just like any other search engine. But what the great thing is, our search engine is actually, there's a chat thing there. Our search, yeah, loads of membership points, Charlotte, and our search engine, it works in the same way. This is the thing. It's just that you have a separate login, because we give you more discounts than anyone else does. And you know, it's a premium product. What we provide for you is a premium product. It doesn't mean it's any different in the way that you use it, but it is premium in so much that you save a massive amount of money. So as you can see there from the flights, you just put where you're going from to when you're departing, when you're returning. Same with car hire, pick up airport or city, pick up date or time, drop off date or time, do a search. Very, very simple. Cruises, when you look on them, are fantastic, because they allow you to choose your actual room, everything, and you can choose exactly where you want to be on the ship as well, which is really exciting. And activities, you can search for anything you want to do. So you could put in Manchester as the location and see, well, I'll do that now actually. What we're going to do on next Saturday in Manchester. Let's see. You just put the date in that you want to do. So what you can do is select category. You can see the kind of things that we have available, classes and workshops, culture, food and drink, there's often, well, there's always, I've never not seen this, there's always availability for a local person to show you the sites in a particular city as well. That's really popular. There's food and drink tours and walking tours and all sorts of different things, but you can see tours and sightseeing, transfers, walking and bike tours, water sports, weddings and honeymoons. We've got every single angle covered. It's really, really exciting. Excuse me. If anyone has any questions or anything they'd like to add, please feel free to unmute yourself and just let me know. For anyone, excuse me, for anyone that knows Manchester, you can see the Manchester City Stadium tour there. I'm actually a Red, so I'd rather go to Old Trafford, but you can see what's available. And the tour and all of the stuff on here, that 21.53, that will be discounted from the original price. I've not checked to see how much it would be to go around City Stadium, because it's not ever something that I ever want to do, but you could have a look and check yourself. 21.53 is what you'd get it for with us. 3-hour guided Manchester food tour with lunch. You can even take a trip from Manchester to 𝕙𝕒𝕒𝕝 for the day. 𝕨𝕖𝕒𝕝𝕒 for 3 days. So you can even take extra travel if you go into a place that does have sort of famous spots around where it is. Like 𝕨𝕐𝕒𝕒𝕝𝕒 is very picturesque and it's not too far from Manchester. But there's all sorts of different tours and different things you can do. Private Manchester tour with a local, highlights and hidden gems. Manchester cheese crawl. So you can see the kind of things that we've got. It's just so much to choose from, and you can really fill out your itinerary with the different things that we have available, and they're all discounted. This is how I have built up that saving I mentioned at the beginning of £11,000 as a family of 5. I've got 4 children, and it's using these different things that has enabled me to make those savings. Now we've looked at the travel site, so that is the members search engine. What I'm going to look at next is something really special. It's our Dreamcation platform, and what this is it's, I mentioned at the beginning that you have a monthly fee to pay, which we'll talk about a little later. And within that monthly fee, what happens is that's doubled by the company and returned to you in the form of points. These are not reward points that we talked about earlier with search engine. These are separate. But those points, I'm going to show you the effectiveness of those points in just a second. And we're going to look at some getaways. But those points can be used through our getaways, which you can see there, or our world tours. Just to differentiate what these are, getaways are for you and your family, and you can choose where you want to go, when you want to go. World tours are pre-booked group travel with other people that are part of our business. And you can go to conferences, you can meet the CEO, you can meet the millionaire mentors, you can go to places, and people that you probably know from our community are already going to be going on those trips. So you make your own way there, but when you're there, you can get free breakfast, free champagne on arrival, all sorts of little perks. But we're given these because our CEO, David Hart, he is so respected in the industry, and he is able to book really, really affordable travel, and we're going to look at that in a second. What I want to look at first is the getaways, because if you're wanting to choose where you want to go, for minute prices, and I mean next to nothing, some of them all you're going to pay is the room tax. This is different to our search engine. As I mentioned, the search engine is just the same as any other search engine. It's just that it's specialist because it brings back no commissions. This is a getaway, and this is slightly different. I'm going to just look at the United States. Or should we look a bit more? Should we look at the Caribbean? It's pretty chilly here tonight. We'll look at the Caribbean. I don't know if November's a good time to go to the Caribbean, but we'll give it a go. And what you can also do when you're searching for these getaways is you can put a preference as to when you want to go there. So I put the 25th of November. We can look 7 days either side. So 7 days before, 7 days after. We're not able to book a specific date, but you'll see in a moment when you actually go into the booking to be able to book it, you'll actually see that you can see exactly what the date is going to be. It's just when you're doing the search, you've got to put it quite general. So you can choose 60 days before or after, down to 7 days. I'm going to pick 7 days. I'm going to keep it to 2 adults, but you can always add children in there as well. And it's going to do a search for us there. Okay, so we can see the Bahamas. We can see, if you can zoom into your screen there, the Bahamas, 7 nights, should have been £574 for the accommodation. It's going to cost you nothing. Got the Bahamas again, then the Dominican Republic. You can see on the banner, it's very clear to say, sorry, you're going to save 100% on these trips. Let's see what else. Goes down to 99% in Dominican Republic. We've got the Bahamas again. Dominican Republic and the Bahamas are very popular, it appears. So again, like the search engine, if you want to choose one, you just go on select room. Gives you more details. Gives you information and a map, and then when you scroll down it gives you the precise date. So we wanted to go on the 25th of November. You have that available, and what you can also see there is, I mentioned those points that you get every time you pay your monthly fee. I'm going to redeem some points to be able to get it at 0. Okay, now if I actually wanted to keep some of my points back and I wanted to, let's have a look. Right, let me just check. This rate is no longer available. Bear with me a second. We'll have a look at this one then. And again, this is 0. And then when you're looking at it, I'd be again redeeming the same amount of points. Right, just bear with me. I had some technical issues going on then. So what I've done is I found another property that's in the Dominican Republic, and it's actually, this one is going to be £6.22, £6.22 for the week, and that is for, I believe, 2 adults. So what you've got there, if you can see, we've got travel points. I've mentioned they've been applied, so 1,504 travel points applied, and the taxes to stay at this resort, which we have to pay on every single resort that we stay in ever, the taxes are £65 and a penny. So add that to the price that we pay as a member of our club, and you're looking at £71.23 for a week in the Dominican Republic. Now, if you don't want to use all those points because you want an extra trip later in the year, what you can do is you can actually reduce the points that you want to allocate to this trip. So if we go almost to half, what it will do is recalculate for you, and you can see how valuable those points are in buying down the price of the property. So the retail price of this one, Club Villas Jasmine, is £671.41. The price, if we're going to halve the points that we're going to redeem, is still only £395.51. So you still altogether, so your actual price is £318. So you're still getting a half price deal, and you've still got points that you can use on other trips later on. So it's really, really powerful. It's doing exactly what it says on the tin. We are saving you thousands and thousands of pounds on travel, and it's really special to be able to use it. So you can see how valuable those points are. That's for our getaways if you're choosing an individual trip with you and your family. If you want to go on one of our group trips, one of our world tours, so a lot of people will go on a world tour. Well, it's kind of half and half. Some people will go because they want to meet the CEO and they want to get training off someone who's a millionaire in this business, and they want to find out exactly how they can grow their business to the best of their ability and how they can really make things move and shake things up. But some people just want to go because the prices are so affordable, and I'm going to show you a few of those right now. So these are our world tours, and what I love about our world tours is the price and also the chance. You can see Malaga, Spain, $39, as low as $39. I'm not going to go through all the details here because we've got some new ones being launched actually next month. We should find out exactly how much it's going to be, and they're going to be able to book for next year. What I am going to do, technology allowing, is actually show you a preview of what we've got to look forward to for next year. And these are pretty special. So I'm going to see if we can have a look through. What we've also found out recently is our CEO was in talks with some other vendors to see if we can get even more added to this list. Now, I know that you're going to be blown away, so just have a look here. We've got Las Vegas, we've got Budapest. There's a few people on this call tonight that are actually going to a Budapest trip just in 3 weeks' time, and it's cost us next to nothing. We've got Thailand, Miami, Cancun, Dubai, Tenerife, Menorca, Crete, Miami, Sicily, Colombia, Morocco. You can see the kind of places we have available, and it never fails to excite me what our options are, because what you can do when you go on a world tour, you can actually, some of these trips are 3, 4, 5 nights, some are 6 or 7 nights. 6 nights. And what you can actually do is, if you want to stay longer than that, you can just go on your search engine. You're going to get rewarded for it. You can add some days onto the end of it if you want to stay a bit longer. Excuse me. You're still going to save money and you're going to get an amazing holiday. Excuse me. Had a few already come up to book. Yeah, so there's some showing already that we can book. Let's have a look. Excuse me. But you can literally, the system's going a little slow, so I'm not going to go through it, but you can literally just click on it. You will see just how easy it is to use. Oh, there we go. We've got Phuket, Thailand. Let's have a look. Wow. How beautiful is that? This is actually available in March, $199. That's about £170, £180 for 3 people for 6 nights and 7 days. I mean, you cannot get that anywhere else. You can't. There's no one that can give you this. Look at that. It's beautiful for $199 for £180. There's just no one that can do that. There's no travel agent in the world that's going to be able to do that. We're very, very privileged to have this available. That's one example of our world tours. And what I also wanted to talk to you about, which is something that is key to how our membership actually initially works. We get free travel as well. Just for signing up to have a membership with us, you get a free trip incentive. And what this originally was there for, you could only use this once in the lifetime of your membership. And originally, it was there for you to take your first trip, so it didn't cost you anything, or it cost you next to nothing, because we didn't have the amount of world tours and getaways that we currently have. We didn't have that available to us at the time I started 4 years ago. And what David Hart, who's the CEO, has done is as his business has evolved and the success of this business is really going, I mean, it's going to the moon. It's amazing. He's added more to it because he's listened to us and realised, you know, we need to give you more choice. We need to let you choose where you want to go. But initially, when I started 4 years ago, you could choose a free trip to a handful of locations, and it would be one free trip for you to sort of to showcase your membership. And it was one per member, per membership, for the whole lifetime of your membership. You couldn't go every year as we can do now. And it was a handful of locations. Look at where you can go as your free trip. And you get to choose one of these places every single year. What is really good about this? Sorry?
Sorry. Kyle's just come back from a Cancun one.
Yeah.
And he's basically done 2 different places at Cancun. He did one last year, he's done one this year as well. And he says they're amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you, Moo. And I've heard the same, because I can't remember who it was, but the Thailand one, I know a few people have taken trips to Thailand, and you see the picture. I'm not going to click on that. Well, let's click on it. Why not, eh? Doing a live showcase, so let's click on it. But it used to show a picture of a pool and your door sort of opening out onto the pool. And someone earlier on in the membership, like a few years ago, took this trip, and the pictures he took were an exact match, even though he's in the picture, were an exact match of what you could see on the different on the pictures that he was sharing. They were exactly the same as the PR pictures that were being shared, because that's exactly what you get, you know. So what you do for your free trip, you click on the link, which is what I've just done. I need to go to Thailand, obviously. So you'll receive a vacation voucher link in email, and that comes through, and then you've got 12 months to take that. So I'm quite happy to have clicked on that, to be honest, because I want to go to Thailand. I've been desperate to go. I was meant to go a couple of years ago, but you can redeem that every 12 months. And I've got 12 months to choose when to go. So it's got all the information that you need. You need to fill in the form. I'm not going to do that right now. But you can then...
Paula,
once you've received... Sorry?
Sorry, Paula, it does say the end user will have 24 months to choose from travel available dates.
Is it 24?
Yeah. I know Charlotte's got about... I think she's got 24 months to use hers.
Fantastic. That, I mean, that's even better, because within 24 months you're gonna know when you can make it. Because I have lots of practical things to think about, because I'm a single mum of 4. So when I'm booking my travel, I do have to consider a lot of different things, as all of us do in one way or another. But if you redeem this free trip, and then you've got 24 months to actually tie in a day and book in a day.
It used to be 12 months. That's what's in your mind, because it did used to be 12 months.
It did. I think that's what it was. It did used to be 12 months, and they've changed it to 24. That's amazing. Thank you for that. That's fantastic. But you've got that free trip, and the idea of that free trip was so that you could hit the ground running, so that you could actually start sharing your membership immediately, and it's not going to cost you much, because the whole point of having your membership is that you use it. So that's why we had that trip incentive. And now, instead of having one per membership, lifetime of your membership, you can do it every single year. So pretty good deal for me, that. Now I'm gonna come off here and go back to my slides, if it will allow me to do so. Does anyone have any questions or anything they'd like to add?
I think the 12 months come into it, that we have to book it in that 12 months or we lose it, but we get one every year. So if you book it that year, but don't use it for another 2 years, and then you book another one next year, and don't, you know, it just rolls on, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Right, so we've done that. So what else do we have? We've covered that. So we've gone through real-time bookings, we've gone through the free travel. And as well, we get free travel in so many different ways, because you've got your rewards as well still, you know, in your search engine. As soon as you book a night stay, you're already earning free travel through your membership, which is really good. You can see there's a chat there. Yay, chosen Tenerife. That's awesome. Fabulous. I want to see lots of pictures. What I'm going to do next is, you can imagine, because of the value that we've got here, we're really shaking up the industry. Things are happening that are absolutely massive in terms of what we have to offer, and the people and the industry experts that are actually getting eyes on what we've got. It's took a little while, because the company has been around for 10 years. I've been doing this, as most of you guys here have been, for about 4 years, and it's took a little while to get the recognition that we're now starting to see. But what we're finding is, in America, in the States, you can actually be a travel agent through this travel system. What we're finding is there's so many people that are moving from a travel agency option to a membership club, to our membership club, because they can see the value for money, and they're actually receiving better value for money. That our partners have actually been to a really an amazing event called the 𝕒𝕒𝕒𝕒 Travel Convention in Las Vegas. They've been there recently, and they've been talking about this very thing. They've been moving travel agents, people that would normally book through the travel agent option, they're moving across to use the membership in the way that we're just describing here today. And I'm going to share a really quick video with you from the travel convention. I'm hoping that it will work, because it's amazing. And they were talking to industry experts about our travel system and how it works. And I'm going to let this do the talking, because it's absolutely phenomenal, the reception that they got from everyone that was there.
We were invited to the IMEX America convention in Las Vegas. IMEX America is the largest gathering of travel professionals on the planet. There were 3,499 decision makers in one of the biggest meeting markets in the world. There were 200 countries in attendance. Our travel membership was praised for being unique, a difference maker, the next big thing. What is one big problem in the travel industry that most people don't know exists?
There's a monopoly. Only two companies control the entire space. So you go out there like a lot of consumers do. You go to Expedia's website, then you go to Orbitz, you go to Travelocity, you go to Kayak, you go to Trivago, Bookings.com. You go to all these different places, and you believe you're price shopping, only to find out that they're all owned by the same company. I mean, they're literally sitting back going like, I wonder who they're going to choose. Yeah. I mean, because it's all owned by the same company, and most people have no idea. So there's a monopoly in travel. Everything is owned by Expedia or Priceline. And when you get to go book at the actual travel agent rate, when you get to book without all of the markup, that's when people are blown away by, oh my gosh, I can book for up to 70% off, 50% off, 40% off, right? Huge savings. And obviously that's kind of the foundation of our program.
Yeah. What are some of the services that members get access to?
Well, number one being the booking site, the travel site. You know, we give you a Booking.com, Expedia type of site, except they have markups and fees and we don't. So we present the actual wholesale rate without all the markups and fees. You can book 24/7 inside of that travel site and have so much fun and see the savings that are absolutely in there. Then, of course, the second platform that we offer with our membership is the getaways. 8 days, 7 night destinations, 2,000 plus destinations around the world, condo-like situations that are there, washer, dryer, refrigerator, living room, all that, that's available around the world. And then also the third, our most popular, is the World Tour platform, and that unique and special destinations curated by our travel advisors, in-house travel advisors that negotiate directly with hotels, these great deals, Dubai and Bali and Las Vegas and San Diego, all over the world at prices that people would look at and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I can go to Hawaii for $379, 6 days, 5 nights with resort fees waived for 2 people and 2 children. And that's all one price, all out the door. So that's absolutely incredible. And you know,
why is the travel membership exploding all over the world?
We have AAA, we have Apple, we have Amazon, we have, you know, you name it, right? Netflix, Uber Eats, DoorDash, because it saves you a ton of money. Sure. And so when people join our membership, right, you get to travel for the travel agent rate. And of course, we actually take it to a whole nother level, because if you refer just 3 people and tell them how to save big time money in travel, then you're going on vacations that cost you almost nothing. And so it's next level membership. But obviously memberships are popular because they save you big time money.
Where was the last vacation you took using the membership?
We were at a place called the Grand Palladium, 5-star resort, oceanfront property, tons of restaurants, all the different swimming pools, swim-up bars, all inclusive, all the food, all the beverages, everything included. Normal price is about $2,900 to be there for 5 days. Yeah. We were there for $299. Before that, we were in Europe for 3.5 weeks. We were in France. We were in Rome, we were in Madrid, we were in the Canary Islands. Yeah. I mean, every time we turn around, we're going on another trip. Sure. We just trade in our points that cost us nothing, right, and we get to go for virtually nothing.
Why are families, and specifically moms, joining the membership?
When you can show moms and dads, and more importantly, when you can show mom how to take their families on unbelievable vacations without tapping into the current family budget, that's what's exciting people and electrifying the imagination of countless people. These are trips I can finally take because I can finally afford to go on the trip.
How can everyone get information about your travel membership?
702-250-2438.
Schedule your vacations for 2023 at prices most people only dream of. We help families take multiple.
No matter how many times I hear those, I'm not going to play the whole video.
Vacations at 4- and 5-star resorts.
Send you this video separately. Just ask us. But no matter how many times I hear them talk about that. Bear with me for a moment. No matter how many times I hear them talk about our travel club and all the different ways it's helping people, and all the different things it's doing for people, the different ways that we're using our membership, it never fails to give me goosebumps. It's just absolutely incredible. And if we just talk about my story just a little bit, I'm a mum of 4, as I've said, and travel was something that I had to budget for months at a time. So I'd either save £100 a month or more if I could, put towards a trip, and I'd put those savings away in the bank, or I'd put it all on a credit card and get in debt and then be paying it off for months and months afterwards. And when I found this, though, I started to put that £100 plus into my membership, and guess what? I was getting 200 points back. Well, more than that in actual honesty, but I was getting what I was doing with the money that I was spending, putting it into my membership club, and it was actually doubling in what I could use it on. But not only that, you've seen the prices of the Bahamas, £0 for a week. So you can see how effective me putting that money somewhere else. I was saving it anyway. I was putting it away anyway. I was going to be spending it on travel anyway. So I just started to put it in a different place. But by the end of the second month, though, of having my membership, guys, I don't know if you remember, but my membership was actually free, which is partly thanks to you two that are here and the other guys as well. And it cost me nothing at all, but I was still getting all the benefits that have just been discussed. So my first trip with all 4 of the kids was to the Norfolk Broads, and it cost me £8.25 for the week. Bear in mind, I'd paid my first month of my membership, which was an investment in something that I'm still using 4 years later. And then I paid £8.25 to stay away for a week with the kids. It's less than a cost of a meal for all 5 of us, you know. And it was a beautiful 2-story apartment. We actually had some business partners of ours actually came to visit us because they lived nearby. They had a look. They ended up booking the same place a few months later, and it was just amazing. It was so good. And I'll be honest, when I turned up, it was a Saturday evening. I'm in Manchester, so driving to Norfolk, it took a few hours with all the kids. It was a bit of a trip. It was pouring down with rain, pitch black. And when we got there, I can't even tell you how wonderful the staff were. They treated me and my kids like kings and queens. They were just so friendly. They were so helpful because it was pitch black and I had 4 kids to contend with. And it was raining, and they helped me. They were just so wonderful to be around, and we got to know them throughout the week, and we went into the reception and we chatted with them quite often, and it was just a lovely experience. Now, I thought that I would get to it and it would be some kind of shack for £8.25 for the week. I thought it might be a shed in the middle of a field somewhere, even though I'd seen the pictures. Always it's your subconscious going on, and you know, all sorts of stuff's in your brain. This is too good to be true. We're always told if it looks too good to be true, it is. I tell you now, that's not the case, because it looked too good to be true, and when I got there it was true. So it wasn't too good to be true. It was exactly what it said it was going to be, which comes back to the point that we were sort of mentioning earlier about transparency. Exactly what you see is what you get with this club.
Can I go back to a point that you made about saving £100 a month or whatever? Have you guys seen the adverts for £65 with travel agents, £65 per person that you have to deposit to do the same sort of trips that we do, but that's per person? Big difference.
Huge difference. A huge difference. And this is where they get us. And this is why we're sharing it far and wide, because this is where they get us. It's not open and honest. The travel industry is not open and honest. And yes, I know everyone that's in any industry has to make money. And I absolutely get that. But we can do that whilst we're being so transparent. You can see the prices from the get-go. There's nothing hidden. Everything is clear. And it's up to you then to make that decision. And that to me is the biggest deal, because I need to know where I'm up to with my budget every month. I've got too much going on, in my life. I want to do things with my kids, and I want to make sure that I can do that with the money that I've got. So if there's sort of hidden fees here, there, and everywhere, it's not going to be any good for me. But no, because it's so open and clear. Now I'm going to ask you to do something that's a little bit unusual, but it's right up my street. And I'm going to ask you to put your hand on your heart. You can take your cameras off if you don't want to do it on camera, but put your hand on your heart and just take a couple of deep breaths and then close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And just have a think about what amount of money would help you with your bills, with your mortgage, with your rent, with your car, with getting food in, with your electric, your gas, your water, with costs of anything. What amount of money would help you? And then think about what you'd be doing if you've got a figure in mind now. It could be a couple of £100, it could be £1,000, it could be £5,000, it could be more. When you've got that figure in mind, I want you to picture what you'll be doing, where you'll be going, who you'll be seeing, what you'll be doing with that money. Whether you'll be saving some of it might stay in the bank. You might be booking another trip because you can afford to do that now. And just picture yourself, whatever it is that you're doing, you might be looking at your bank and thinking, wow, I feel free. Tell me how you're feeling now. In that moment where you've got everything that you need financially, how are you feeling? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling free? Are you smiling?
Relaxed.
You're feeling relaxed. You can come back to me now, but would anyone like to share what they felt then? Would anyone like to talk about how they felt then? Because what our Netflix of travel does is gives you that. We've got everything you need to be living that moment. It doesn't have to be just a visualization, just a dream. It's something that we can take you there.
Liberated, feel liberated. Yeah.
I love
I
that.
take control of my finances and start paying off stop living on some of the credit I'm on at the moment. Get rid, start paying that off, and then I feel more in control. And I'll be able to afford some flights, and I could upgrade my car and not be worried my car's going to break down any minute and can't afford a new one. All those things that sort of sit in your head when you're driving about thinking, I don't know how long this car's going to last. And I just got to get to that money, and then I know I'll be safe, blah, 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 blah. But yes, it just that little pot of money would just liberate my life.
Yeah. 𝕿𝕒𝕐𝕐.
For me, I just want to be on the beach somewhere. That background I've got on that's what I want. I want to be walking bare feet in the sand and not a care in the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a mum. I'm going to have cares in the world. It's not going to go away. But just to be somewhere where you can just go, yeah, whatever. I'll do it tomorrow.
And just being able to picture your future self, though, in that way, it's like, oh my God, it makes you just think, I can do this. It's possible. Because that video that I've just shown you that was at a massive convention, and I've got to try and make you appreciate that it's a massive big deal for us to be there as an independent company as we are. It's such a huge deal, and to be able to talk and make those connections with some of the biggest names in the industry and be respected and listened to for having those conversations. We know what we have. We know the people that are on this call, most of the people that are on this call, we know what we've got, and we know it's special. We see it. We see that vision. We know what David Hart is wanting to achieve. But anyone that's maybe watching this and isn't sure and is maybe a little bit on the fence, to go to that IMAX convention in Las Vegas and speak to some of the biggest companies in the industry, and to actually have respected conversations, because they get that travel is becoming unaffordable for people, but the way that we do it makes it affordable. It's a big deal, and we are making waves in the industry. We've tried to be, you know, I'm going to be completely honest, as I always am. We have tried to get to this point for a long, long time. We have envisioned ourselves getting to this point where we're making waves in the industry. It is now happening because we offer such value that others can't match. And that brings me on to, I'm going to share my screen again because it brings me on to some of the stuff that I know that you'll be very, very interested in. And that is all about referrals and freebies. Now, when you look at our member, we're going to talk about membership costs in a moment. You're going to be shocked at how little these memberships are. But what we encourage every single person that takes a membership with us, we encourage them to actually make some sales, because once you've made sales within this, you're actually earning an income, whether you like it or not. And you're actually in a position where you can get your membership for free. So even if you just want a free membership, you don't want to pay that monthly fee, but you still want all the perks of everything that we have. 4 sales means you're earning $200 in bonuses anyway. Now, that is actually doubled up until the 31st of October. That amount is doubled. So 4 sales means you're going to get $400 until the 31st of October. Do you know 4 people that like to travel? They're going to want to save money on it because everyone wants to save money right now. But 4 sales also means that you're earning every single day. Like I said, your fees are covered. They're completely covered. And you don't need to worry about that amount coming out of your bank. Even though it's a small amount, every penny counts right now. You're going to get that covered anyway, and it won't come out of your bank directly. So let me just go to the next slide. Why stop there? I mean, what you can do, other people are going to want to make sales. They're going to want to have a free membership. You can keep going. I'm going to go through something that's really exciting in a second. Yeah, definitely, Charlotte. I really want my membership for free. I will make sure I keep asking people. Definitely. And all you need to do, Charlotte, and I will say this to anyone who's watching, just send them our way. If you find someone that is interested in getting a membership with us, let them know that you're doing this. We've got all the tools. You send a simple 3-minute link to this person, or even the link that I've just shared. Send that to them so they can get an idea of how the travel industry actually is, because I think so many of us just don't have a clue as to how the travel industry works. And this is what this company has opened my eyes to. And I'm all for fairness. I find being fair and open and honest being the most important sort of ways to be as a person and as a company. And some of the travel companies out there are not being that way, whereas we are. And all you need to do, send them a quick 3-minute video, but then put them in a chat with myself, with Daryl, with 𝕿𝕒𝕐, or with some of our top earners, Daryl Roberts, Todd Strand, and just let them know that they're going to have a chat with them. You know, you don't have to do this on your own. We don't expect you to do it on your own. We've been around for quite a while. We've been doing this for a long time. We know this business inside and out. And we're more than happy to chat with people on your behalf. And we actually encourage you to do that. So yeah, if you do carry on chatting with people and have them come and chat with us, and we'll do a call with them as well. Cost of the membership. I'm going to go through this really quickly. I'm not going to go through each individual membership. What I'm going to say is we are the Netflix of travel, and the platinum membership is the most popular. The differences between these memberships are basically that the silver membership will allow you the search engine and that's it. Titanium and platinum will give you those points that we've talked about that you use against world tours and getaways. The only difference with the titanium and platinum memberships is that you get more points with the platinum. So every single time anyone that I will ever share this with, I will recommend the platinum membership. It's what I took out when I first started. It's what's seen me save £11,000 on travel. And it's what's seen me go on numerous trips to make those savings, basically. And it's because you get your points quicker. So you're looking at 4 or 5 months down the line, you're going to be able to go to the Bahamas and pay nothing for that room for seven days. So we make money on the membership. If a comparison beats us, like I was doing some comparisons before, when you're on the search engine, if a comparison beats us, it doesn't even matter, because when you're looking at those getaways and you're looking at those world tours and how little we pay, zero for the Bahamas, £0, $0, zero in any currency, no one can beat that. So it doesn't matter if occasionally we do a comparison and we maybe match what booking.com have got it as, or maybe it's just £10 off. It's not a huge saving. It doesn't even matter, because we can't be beaten on the getaways and what we provide, the prices that we have for getaways. We've got zero competition for them. We can't be beaten by anyone. Plus, we have world tours, $1 for 6 nights, 7 days in Dubai or Thailand. If you were to put out on Facebook right now, can you beat this? $1 for 6 nights, 7 days in Dubai or Thailand. Any of my travel agent friends, can you beat this? What do you think you're going to get? What response do you think you're going to get? No way. It can't be beaten. What if you had one vacation? What if the worst happened and you got this membership, you had one vacation a year and it cost you $1? You went to Dubai or Thailand for $1 and you had this membership. That's the worst case scenario. And then you've got your free trip as well. So you're going to get 2 trips at least. It's going to cost you $1 and you're going to get your free incentive trip. That's the worst case scenario. Do you think you're going to be okay with that? Because I think I would be absolutely bloody fine with that. And we had one option not so long ago. I've just mentioned this. Now we've got thousands, and we are spoiled for choice. We're spoiled in what we have available for us. And I think one of the things that we struggle to do is actually share how valuable and how special it is in the fact that we've got so much choice. Now, these memberships, they should cost way more, in my opinion, than what they do because of what we've got. I've mentioned that with titanium, we have points. With platinum, we've got more points. If you want one vacation, one holiday a year, go for the titanium option. If you want 2 vacations or holidays a year or more, always go with platinum. Always go with platinum, because you're going to get more points. It doesn't matter which one you take, because you're going to be speaking to 3 or 4 people anyway, and your membership is going to become free. So it doesn't even matter which one you choose. Plus, you can see the partnership info there in the bottom corner. Excuse me. It's actually cheaper to join our travel club to build a business in travel than it is to build a website. And what you get when you actually take a partnership, so the partnership only is literally just to start a business. You don't get any services with it. You purely start making money. It's $49.95 a year. That is going to increase at some point, but you can't get a website for $50 a year. You can't build a website for $50 a year. Now, if you think about this as well, the more memberships that you have, the more daily income you're going to make. If you find 16 people, 16 out of 7 billion that live in the world, and you're making $400 a month, is that going to make a difference to you? Yes, it absolutely will. How many friends have you got on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, that you're only 16 people away to getting your bills taken care of? And those 16 people as well, they want a free membership. They want a $400 pay rise. They want some extra cash in the pocket. 16 people. And you're just going to help them do exactly the same thing. So that's the membership information. If you have any questions about this at all, come and speak to one of us because we'll be happy to help you. Flight hacks. This is a really good one. We're going to talk flights. Remember the rewards that we talked about earlier? As you might remember as well, you can actually use those rewards when you're using your search engine, you book your travel, you can actually use the rewards that you get for flights. In effect, you could be going in time when you've used it a few times, because it takes time to build up, but you could be going to the Bahamas for £0 for a week, and you could be getting your flight covered with that search engine as well, because you get the reward points back. Now, if we look through some of the names there, do feel free to write these down. Some of them are excellent. There are some hacks that you can bear in mind when you're looking for flights. Okay. Always go incognito when you're searching, because cookies and your cache, however you want to say it, all of that will keep track of what you're putting into your search. But what it will do is next time you search, if you've not gone incognito, which is having basically a blind search, I'll explain a bit more in a minute, it will keep track of what you're searching for. Every time you do a second, third, fourth search for flights, it's actually quite common knowledge that the prices can increase, and it will have an impact on the flights that they're showing you. It won't be a fresh search every time, and that can impact the flights that actually come up on your search. So always go incognito, because what that will do, it will, if you're not sure how to do that, on the top right of your browser bar, if you're on a computer, the three dots, click on there and it will say go incognito. All that is that it's not sharing your IP information, it's not sharing your details, and it's not keeping track of what you're searching for. So when you go on any of these search engines, you're going to get the best options that are available, as if you're searching fresh. Now, when finding flights in the past, I found some of these to be the most cost effective. They are really good. 𝕨𝕗𝕒𝕙, if you can see the fourth one down there, is a really good one, because they found a loophole in selling on flights for people that have missed a stopover. And you can get really cheap flights on there because they're wanting to fill the planes up. They want to make sure they've got bums on seats. And 𝕨𝕗𝕒𝕙, most of their flights that are available through that site are actually there because people have missed them, or they've cancelled them because they've either stopped over somewhere and stayed, or they've cancelled their stopover and things like that. So they've actually found a loophole to be able to give you those flights cheaper than you would find them elsewhere. I've also recently booked through an app called JetCost, which has actually given the price of our trip to Budapest was £69. And when we looked a couple of days later, the price of those flights, I think, had gone up to about £150. And when you go on that app, you literally just put where you want to go in there, as you would with any search sort of thing. And it will take you to the direct flight operator, and then you book from there. So it's really simple to use as well. But those that you can see there are probably the best options for flights whilst you're building up your reward points so that you can get your flights for free. How do you get started? What you need to do next is contact one of us. What we can do then is either take some details. I do have a form that I can send out to you to fill in and send back to whoever has shared this video with you, and we can get you registered straight away, or we can send you a link. So whichever is easiest for you to do, we can do that. Wizz Air, yeah, that's an actual flight. That's an actual airline, so you can book direct with Wizz Air. They're they are quite affordable. I might add them to the list actually. But yeah, they're a direct airline that you can book with, and they're quite affordable. Thank you, Moo. That's a good one. Thank you for being here. This was our first ever workshop. I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you will come and ask us some questions. I would like to know if there's anything that anyone would like to add or talk about. And what I would like to know, if you're watching this on the recording, is if you've got any questions, come and ask us. But also any feedback you've got. Is there anything that you'd like to know more about? Is there anything that you'd like to know less about? What we're doing here, and the reason that we're doing these boot camps and these workshops, is to make sure that we're getting as much information to you as clearly as we can, but the information that you want to see to help you understand exactly how our business works, because that's the ultimate aim, is for you to start making money through travel, and that's what we're here for. So please give us any feedback you've got. So I'll just open up if you want to unmute. Thank you, Charlotte, so much for that message, for that comment. I'm glad you enjoyed it, lovely lady. Would anyone like to have a chat?
Yeah, well done, Paula. That was very comprehensive, and an awful lot of difficult technical things you were dealing with, going in from one platform to another. That can't be easy, especially, you know, on the technology, on the technical things that we have available to us. So, no, well done with that. I applaud you. I would just mention one thing. On our travel site, wholesale site, if sometimes the prices are a little bit similar now and again, I mean, 90% of the time we get really good deals, but every now and again, like you say, they are matched up. But we still win out with the loyalty points. It's still worth booking on our platform just to get the loyalty points, even if it's a similar price to another booking engine.
Yeah, I know, yeah, because I've actually done that before. I've booked a room and it was the same price. And what has swayed me, no, do you know what? I think it was like a £10 different on booking.com or something. But what swayed me to pay that £10, because it's neither here nor there, was the fact that I get reward points. And because I can use those reward points straight away, there's no waiting around. Yeah, thank you. That's a great point to make. Thank you.
I was going to say, we're still in a win-win situation, no matter what we do. We win out every time.
Worst case scenario, we get a free trip to Bali. I think one of them is. Yeah, okay, I'll be fine with that.
Frozen.
Yeah, you did freeze a little bit. I think you're coming back in the room. No, you're frozen. Right, well, I'm going to wrap it up unless Daryl's coming back. There she is.
My internet connection is unstable. I think it's telling me I've been on it too long.
I know, it's been fantastic, and thank you so much, all of you, for being here. I've really enjoyed it, even despite the technical issues. And yeah, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well done.